Hi, the Joyful Yogini here. Welcome to Intuition Wednesday. All right, my dogs are restless. It's been a really busy morning. I have not been able to walk them yet. And this has to be the shortest Intuition Wednesday ever. I have to pick up my daughter very soon. I think in about 15 minutes to take her to the dentist. Then I got to squeeze in the dogs for a walk. And then I have an aquafit class. And then I'm going to the Rogers studio. So it's like one thing after the next. So we're gonna make this short and sweet, and you can practice your intuition. So yeah, these guys, because I haven't walked them, they're very much in my face right now. Chewy's kept like bumping my arm, not letting me get set up on the computer and stuff. So, anyways, but I understand. They're like, "What the heck is going on? Why aren't we getting our walk?" All right, it's weird the lighting on YouTube today. The sun is really coming through. We got some streams of light coming in today. But you know what? I'm not going to do anything about it today. I just can't even think about it. This lighting on Reddit is perfect. So some days on Reddit, it's just too washed out. So, hey, I guess YouTube, sometimes you need to deal with some funky lighting too. All right. So, what do we need for today? And one or more of these cards you should be able to relate to. And so, we're going to use your intuition to be able to. So, ahead of time, you can pick the cards just by looking at the backs of the cards and then using the rest of your senses to be able to tune in. Okay, there goes one dog. Very quickly. All right. Here is the first card, and it's the back of the card. But the energy of what the card is on the other side is all a part of this card. So start by looking at the card and seeing if you're drawn to the energy. So we're practicing our intuition. That's what we're doing here. We all have psychic abilities. We all have a crown chakra. We all have a third eye. And we can all have the ability to open ourselves up to receive messages in different ways that can help to guide us. And hey, being guided through our life, whether it's with relationships, whether it's with career, whether it's with school, with family, with finances, whatever it is, we can, when we practice our intuition, we have an opportunity of getting a clearer direction, or at least feeling safe in going in any direction to start, right? I'm going to bring this a little bit closer to Reddit, and then I'll bring it a little bit closer to YouTube. So now take an opportunity to close your eyes and tune into the energy using the rest of your senses. So see if you can feel the energy from this card, maybe in a certain area of your body. You might not feel anything, and that just might mean that this particular card doesn't have a message for you. Or you can feel something somewhere in your body, or maybe you have a thought coming in, or this knowing comes in, or you get a taste or a smell, or this feeling. I think I already said this emotion might come up within you. And that can give you an indication as to what the message might have to do with in relation to you specifically. So we might not get the same information. If you get nothing at all, it might mean the card might not have a message for you. Or you can ask your angels and guides. So that's going to be card number one. Write in the comments if you got anything. You can also ask your angels and guides to give you a certain type of message if one particular card has a message for you. So I've given the example before, you can use like the stoplights, green is go. So if they give you an image of something green or a thought of something that is green, it could mean, okay, this is go. This card has a message for me. Now the lighting's getting a little more washed out in Reddit. That's okay. The essence of the card is still there. I'll bring it a little bit closer. And you can ask for something red if, no, this card does not have a message for me. Just like if you're wanting to get some signs from the universe to help you to move forward a certain way. I really got a fountain at my top of my head today. It's quite the fountain. Um, yeah, I was talking to someone the other day and she was saying, oh, close your eyes. If you haven't yet closed your eyes and tune into the energy this way. And she says, so she asks her angels and guides for signs, and she wants to choose a way for them to give her a sign that it's not a sign that's so common that, let's say, seeing a robin, we can, at least here we have lots of robins that are flying around. So it might not be an obvious sign. But you also don't want it to be something so obscure that it will be really challenging for them to bring that into your space. It might take more time than actually you want for that to present. So she asked for balloons. And so tuning in, using your five senses to see if you can feel into the energy of that, and see if you get an indication as to whether this card might have a message for you. And so she asked for the sign of balloons, just going back to that story. And then her girlfriend invited her over to her house. And she went over to her house, and as soon as she arrived, there's balloons all over the front of the house. And because she didn't know this, but her friend was preparing for a birthday party. And so she's like, okay, I got the sign. The universe made it work that she was going to go there and to see those signs. Okay, so let's go to card number 3. This is the final card. I had pulled 3 cards. At first, looking at the back of the card, and again, even though they all look the same, you might be drawn to a certain part of the card. The actual image of the card might look, even though the artwork is exactly the same, your mind's eye, because of the energy, can have it look maybe a little bit different. Or maybe it'll feel different as you're looking at it. I'll go a little bit closer with the card to read it first, bring some clearness to the picture, because I know it was a bit washed out, and then I'll do the same thing for YouTube. So if you haven't yet closed your eyes, you can close your eyes now just to better tune in. And hopefully I've given you enough time. If not, if you're watching this after the fact, you can always pause it at any time, right? To really tune in. Okay, so let's do the reveal. Card number 1. Unog, Goddess Unog. Easy does it. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. And when we look at Unog, you can see her gorgeous golden locks just flowing down like a waterfall. And this today is giving me the indication of going with the flow, being in the flow of what's presenting within your own personal flow. When you're tired, you rest. I had problems talking. I went to bed a bit too late last night working on a proposal because I was in the flow. So I'm a little tired. And there's also a dove there right beside her face. And the dove is a representation of peace, love, harmony. So finding the peace and love within your day, every day, the peace and love with what has presented, with what is in your life right now, being in the present moment and trusting that everything's going to be okay. I've been going through this interview process, and I had to do this assignment. And anytime you're going to be tested, I'm going to go to card number 2 in a second. Anytime I'm going to be tested on something, uh, my work or my perspective, let's say, being judged by others, it can be a little stressful, and I can put a lot of pressure on myself to do a really good job, which I think is good, but too much pressure, being too hard on yourself, it's not good, right? And I've come a long way with that. And I noticed some anxiousness and anxiety coming up, going, I don't understand why it's like this. I had looking at the assignment and what I had to do, and but that doesn't seem right. And what if I get it wrong? And and wanting the perfection, wanting to do the absolute best I could do so I wouldn't be judged harshly. So that was a lot of pressure. And I noticed that, and I needed to take some time to ease into it and to flow. And I got into that space, and then the assignment flowed. Um, yeah, I finished it last night. I worked on a draft, kind of just my mind, what I might put in this thing the day before. And then the next day, I just got it all out. And it was great. And I just needed to trust that I was good enough and I had the ability to be able to do it and do a good job. So, anytime you had that angst coming up, the anxiousness, use your breath, step away from it for a moment and find a way to get back into your flow. Okay, card number two is Bast, independent. This card came up earlier. Was it on Monday that came up? I love it. So there's opportunities coming into your life. This card resonates with you. There's opportunities that have been coming in, helping you to stand on your own 2 feet, make the decisions that are for your highest and greatest good. As old patterns are falling away, just like the leaves from the trees in the fall away and they compost into the earth. So there's been a beautiful transmutation happening. And in Ontario, Canada, right now, we are in spring. So things are getting ready to bloom, starting to see some buds on some trees and you know, some sticks coming out of the ground. I'm saying sticks just because they're like baby sumac trees that are just so little, and it starts with just having some little buds on them, little fuzzy buds, and you can see those starting to happen coming up in different parts of the trail that I walk in, which is really nice. So that's you. That is you going through that beautiful transformation, endings as the old stuff is falling away, as we're stepping into our beginnings, in our power, being proud of who we are. A lot of relationships have been breaking away. Um, Letting go of jobs also that haven't been working for you, maybe even stepping away from some family members where it's just not a healthy situation, because you're standing in your power and more confident in who you are than you've ever been before. So that is card number two. Card number three, and the final card, is Goddess Ain. Leap of faith. Take a leap, because we are in new beginnings. And it's time for us to step beyond the fear that has been holding us back, holding us where we're at. And even though it can be scary, making that choice and moving forward, the power that flourishes within you from stepping in to the unknown and taking that leap of faith, making that decision and trusting that the universe has got your back. You're not going to fall, crash, and burn. We will have beautiful learnings, no doubt, along the way, but it's not going to be necessarily a right or wrong choice. It's simply having the courage to follow your heart and embrace the journey. Embrace where you're at right now and embrace the journey ahead. So, what does this say? Take a risk, put your heart's true desire into action. Yeah, I love it. And you can see the power of the light beaming through the clouds, just like we have on YouTube, this light beaming through down onto the card. And we have her wings. And her wings are not necessarily huge, but her wings are enough to keep her, right? To keep her floating, keep her flying. Mr. Flutter Jr., this is really inspirational. Oh, yay. I'm glad. I'm glad it's inspirational for you. I'm sorry this is a short stream today. That's all that I have time for. That those messages that came through, if you need to watch this again, watch it again, but see which of those resonate with you, and hold those in your heart for the next 7 days and take that leap of faith and trust in the amazingness that you are and that you've got this. Whatever you're facing right now, You've got it. And I'll be back on Friday. Oh, yay, Mr. Fluffles. Is it Fluffles or Flutter? It was hard to, I think it's Fluffles. Okay. I'll be back on Friday for Feel Good Friday. So on Fridays, I'm not on Reddit. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm on Reddit. On Fridays, I'm always on YouTube. Fridays, I'm on Instagram and on YouTube. My YouTube channel is The Joyful Yogini. If you go to my Instagram oh, there's my alarm. If you go to Instagram, in my bio, I have my link tree, and my link tree has all the links to all my social media. So my Instagram is the.joyful.yogini. So it's the.joyful.yogini. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Oh, and Feel Good Friday is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is Toronto time. Different theme every week. We have fun. I channel in a crap load of messages, and it's not only inspirational, but yeah, to me, it's my Friday night party. So we're gonna have fun, and it'll be beautiful. There's always beautiful healing that comes through. It's nice. So from my light to your kick-ass, amazing, sexy light. Namaste, everybody. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'm gonna say bye on YouTube first. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. All